children don't try to understand, they just...
Het is eigenlijk een beetje kleuterschool. Children school.
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten, yeah. That's when all the trouble starts. That's when the shit hits the fan. But that's still wonderful. Still, there's nothing right or wrong with that. That's what happens.
There's one thing that I like, the statement, all dualistic teachings are subtly or grossly misleading because
All dualistic teachings are a teaching of imprisonment.
well, yes. Despite all claims that hierarchical settings or, for instance, staying in the non-verbal I am, etc., 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 all claims that they have led to those who did to awakening, even liberation, is, as I've heard you correctly, basically misleading.
Well, they are what they are. But
They are what they are.
Confusion misleads people into believing that there's something that can be done.
Yes. Does that not create with the many, many, many dualistic teachers any kind of type of friendly uproar?
Friendly uproar? Oh, I don't know, here. Or
No, but are there protests against the radicality?
Yes, absolutely.
There are.
Yeah. One of the arguments that is so lovely that comes out of this is, well, of course, what you're saying is that that there is no responsibility. People have no responsibility to become awakened. But I'm not saying people don't have a responsibility. I'm saying there aren't any people. So I...
You had something here of your last book.
Oh God! books are crap.
Yeah, but it
Don't buy them.
has not the right title, eh?
No, that's an American book. Where,
Oh, yeah.
You know, it had to be translated into American, really, and it took a long time to translate into American because the Americans like a certain sort of language.
Oh, it's not correct what here, eh?
There isn't anything correct in that.
May I read some lines?
Yeah, just a few.
What?
Yeah, go on.
Oh. I began to understand what healing the blind means in the Gospels. And I asked very deeply, not just intellectually, but with every fiber
of my being.
To have my eyes open.
Yes.
I was ready to give up everything for just one glimpse of that mystery.
Yes.
3 days later, while walking across the park, I was no longer doing the walking.
So all of that was in the dream. The point is that before awakening happened, I thought I was asking to be shown the mystery, because the thing about Jesus healing the blind isn't healing people who are blind, it's opening their eyes to see that there is nothing to look for.
Yeah. It looks like fulfilling a prayer.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It's a story.
But it's also a description. It's not a prescription. Do it.
It's a description of a
It's
story.
only a description, not a prescription.
No, there is nothing prescribed here.
I understand.
He's somebody. Can you?
But what is this recognition? Is this recognition part of the dream?
No, the recognition arises in timelessness. There is no time. What arises and seems to happen is a dream. This is a dream called things happening in time. Recognition is that there is what happens in no time, or apparently happens in no time. We're into deep mystery again here, I'm afraid. But recognition, seeing oneness, is timeless and happens to no one. Or you could put it the other way around. There's a story of somebody walking across a park, which is a story in what seems to be a time sequence. And then suddenly the story and time end. There is no one. There's this.
So when there is this recognition right now, when there is this recognition right now, is that part of the dream?
There isn't a now, but the recognition happens to no one. It simply is the seeing of oneness. And then thereafter, let's say, without going into the awakening thing, what is seen is the playing out of a dream.
Thank you.
Which has no meaning. And I think it's coffee time, isn't it? Okay. I have to have a lot of coffee, you know. I don't care about you, but I wanted coffee. And still, this is all there is.
Tony, sorry. May I ask something?
Yeah. Microphone.
I will try to raise my voice. Eh?
Yeah, but the only thing is that
Yeah.
that records it. You see.
How?
It
Important what I'm
it
saying?
records your frustration.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
It happens pretty often. It happens to have these states of no thought, of a certain peace. I can't say that is something really appealing, really. Not
No, that's got nothing to do with this. That's someone who has a state of peace, which is transient.
transient.
Always when there's a state of peace, there's a sense that it won't last long.
Yes, absolutely.
That's not
So-
what liberation is.
Okay, but is this a way to liberation?
No. There's no way to do it. We're back in the pissed off. State of peace is just someone having a state of peace. Someone can have, someone has all sorts of things.
Is it possible to make this state of peace last longer?
No, because
It's no use. No use.
it could last maybe an hour longer, but
Still is no
so
use
we'll know.
for
It's
the
just a state. It's an experience which comes and goes.
indulging in this state.
There's
No
just
use.
somebody indulging in this state.
Absolutely no
No,
use.
it has no relevance.
And if I might find a certain gratification, pleasure,
Yeah, that's fine. Then there's someone finding gratification.
okay.
But that won't last either.
Yeah, okay. No, it's this, because, I found difficult to remain without anything. No? So I remain with this state of no thought, which is a state of, relative peace and, pretty acceptable. This is the only thing that I can achieve apart from all the rock soil,